Larrabee, did 99 get here yet?
She's on her way now.
Thank you.
Hello, Republic of Avalon Radio.
Is this Republic of Avalon Radio?
Yes, it is, sir. You're on the air.
I'm on the air right now?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
How can I help you?
Well, I was just calling to see about that there contest.
The shout-out contest, uh-huh.
You all pick a winner for that yet?
Yes, we certainly have.
Who is it?
The winner of the Republic of Avalon Radio pre-episode 100 T-shirt and CD giveaway is none other than Wayne on Long Island. Sorry about that, Wayne. I just had to do that. Wayne on Long Island. Wayne of Spare Time Radio over at onsug.com. Yes, you. Not some other Wayne, not some other schmuck. You. Congratulations, Wayne. You have just won a Jim Fidler t-shirt as well as a copy of my most recent CD, Revolution Time. Get in touch with us and let us know where to send that, and we'll get that out to you. Hope you wear the shirt for a lot of years and hope you really enjoy the music. And thanks to everybody else for sending in your shout-outs. More contests to come in the future. Be not disheartened, Roarcore. All right. Congratulations again to Wayne, and let's roar on.
Sono lieto di poter rievocare in poche parole le esperienze delle prime trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche a grandi distanze da me felicemente eseguite attraverso l'Oceano Atlantico il 12 dicembre 1901.
Holy snapping bra straps. It's a podcast.
Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours Avalon Standard Time.
Republic of Avalon Radio.
The best radio in the whole wide world.
You're with the roar.
Republic of Avalon Radio, you are with the roar, and I am Jim Fidler. And this is episode Niner. Episode 99. Neun Und Neunzig. 99. Number 99. 99. And I am not talking about Get Smart or anything like that. I'm not trying to get smart with you, folks. I'm talking about episode 99 of Republic of Avalon Radio is finally here. This is it. This is the pre-episode 100 episode. And, of course, episode 100, over 5 years in the making. Or not in the making, but in the anticipating thereof, perhaps. And it's finally reached. It has arrived. The time has come. Tomorrow night at Aaron's Pub, we will have Jackie Sullivan, Gordon Quinton, Hugh Scott, John Barella, Terry Linetti, Renee Batten, Arthur O'Brien, Freddie Jorgensen, Dave Panting, myself, And of course, the MC, our master of ceremonies for the evening, will be none other than Toby McDonald. And behind the bar, we will have the unbeatable, the unstoppable Pam. So this is your last little reminder, I suppose, to not miss it. Come down. We would really love for you to be a part of it. And of course, for those of you who can't make it, you will definitely be in our minds for sure. Many of you, we've started getting some emails from some of you and so on. And we will definitely be thinking about you for sure. A lot of people will be going through our minds tomorrow night from the first 100 episodes, the people that we've met and spoken with and interviewed, and awful lot of people. Awful lot of good people. So just with those people in our minds and the people around us tomorrow night, we can't go wrong. Let's just put it that way. A good time will be had by us, for sure. And with that kind of a lineup and that kind of atmosphere, I don't see how anybody else can go wrong either. So there you have that, episode 100, and of course 101 on its heels. I think 101 is going to take a spell. I think after we get episode 100 out, we should have that out within a few days. And give us a little bit of time. Give me a little bit of time to poke around, because I want to get this 101 right. I don't want to leave anything out. I don't want anyone to say, hey, I should have been in that 101 thing and not be there. So that's it. And then 102, I guess, will be the first episode of the rest of our roar. And we hope that you're a part of that as well. So, I mean, here it is, over 5 years, episode 100. 100 episodes, and of course the iPhone app. That's for us, the Republic of Avalon Radio iPhone app, coming just pretty much before episode 100. That is very cool. We're really, really tickled. I don't even know how to explain that feeling. When you get all the work done on the under the hood stuff, all the code, all the zeros and ones and everything. And then finally, it comes to the point where you get an email saying, congratulations, your iPhone app has been approved. And then there it was. We downloaded and installed it, and right in the palm of our hands, in our pudgy little hands, was the Republic of Avalon Radio iPhone app. So, a lot of stuff to celebrate. Most of all, as I said, the people. Most of all, the people and the places over the last 100 episodes. That's going to be, our hearts and minds will be full of a lot of stuff tomorrow night. And we hope that the people that are around us will excuse us for maybe kind of looking a little dreamy from time to time. And I just hope we don't get all choked up or anything. But anyway, I think we'll be plenty busy. The thing about something like this is you have to take responsibility for other people's well-being and all that kind of thing. You have to make sure that everybody else is happy and content and all that. And that kind of acts as a nice little distraction so that you can't get too heady and caught up in your own whatever. So, yes, indeed. That's pretty much it. So tomorrow night, we'll see you there. This episode, we're going to go on walkabout, take you out on walkabout with myself and Lillian, as we quite often do, where we talk about a whole bunch of nothing, really, as usual. We talk about music and tings, really. Music in terms of some of my music that I've got kicking around, and a new record or two that I'm thinking about putting together. And the aforementioned tings and tings. You have to listen for them tings and tings. They'll jump out at you. You'll spot them. They're pretty easy to spot. But before that, let's play you a song by one of tomorrow night's performers, Jackie Sullivan, a song that was recorded because of Republic of Avalon Radio. She came in and had a chat with us, did an interview several episodes back, and she had this song that I was familiar with that I really liked, called Oceans Wide, and I suggested to her while she was here, we were doing the interview and we were in a studio and everything, why not lay down a guitar track and a vocal track of that song, just sing it and then strum it, and then leave me with it. And ultimately, folks, the result of it was, after I put my kind of pots and pans and everything into it, she was pleased enough with it to take that song that she had written for her fiancé at the time, and they used that as their wedding song, which was amazing for me. It was a great honor for me, and she even offered to pay me for it, and that to me was not the idea. That wasn't what I had in mind. So anyway, the point is, without Republic of Avalon Radio, that would not have happened. Just like a lot of other things and a lot of people we've met in places we've been, if it weren't for the Roar, we wouldn't have had those experiences or met any of you, for example. You know who I'm talking about, you. One of the yous I'm thinking of right at the moment, as I'm saying you, I'm thinking about lots of people, but let me just say a special hello to our good friend in South Carolina, Michael Meekins, who is one of the people who has gotten in touch with us, who regretfully can't make it, who wishes they could be here, and extends all his best wishes and so on. We wish you were here too, both of you, and you're going to have to make sure that you get yourselves back up here as soon as possible, and we'll have to try to do a little more hanging out next time. And that goes for a lot of the rest of you as well. A lot of people that don't get a chance to get up to the Republic of Avalon as often as they like, or as often as we would like. So that's what it's all about, folks. This thing tomorrow night, it's all about just kind of swimming in that, I suppose, in that feeling, and just thinking about the experiences and the people over the last 5+ years, over the last 100 episodes. So on that note, let's take you out on walkabout with myself and Lillian. And before that, here is Oceans Wide by Jackie Sullivan and the Jim Fidler Pots and Pans Jug Band. And of course, you are listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
Some days the nights are long, some days we are so strong. We find a way to make it through each day, never fall asleep without a chance to say I love you. Even though we're far apart, you always have my heart. Inside your hand we're lock and key. I found the place I always wanna be, beside you. Over oceans wide, I am always beside you. We will be alright. Love will survive over oceans wide. As I turn out my light, I say a prayer again tonight, that God will keep you safe from harm. You'll find your way back to my arms safely. Over oceans wide, I am always beside you. We will be
This is Newfoundland's first podcast. You're with the roar.
Hi, this is Eddie Grant, and you're listening to the Republic of Avalon Radio. Take your time.
We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Republic of Avalon Radio.
Radio for lazy people who don't want to do nothing.
You're with the roar.
Yes, indeed, you are with the roar, and that means Republic of Avalon Radio, in case you didn't know. And I'm still Jim Fidler, and she's still Lillian.
I'm still me.
She's still her. Yeah, it's a good thing, too. It'd be a horrible thing if I were to wake up one morning and look over and there was Igor, or something like that.
That wouldn't be very nice.
That wouldn't be very nice at all. Can you hold that over in your left arm?
Sure.
There we go. We're just, this is technical adjustments here. In the background, we have Mr. Ambassador by Jim Fidler from the Friendly Fire album. And, boy, we got a chilly one on our hands here tonight.
It is chilly, wow.
Yeah, we've fallen below the
Oh, goodness.
50-degree mark, and we're in somewhere in the mid-40s, I think. For all our Celsius friends, that would be, it's probably about 7 degrees, something like that.
Yeah, wow. This is the coolest.
It's just the coolest, man.
I'm a little worried about our plants.
Oh, our plants will be fine. No, it's just as long as they don't get frost.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry about our plants. So, this is it, folks. Tomorrow night is the big night.
Yes.
Tomorrow night is the big night. It is the 100th episode, the celebration. Republic of Avalon Radio celebrating our 100th episode, recording live at Aaron's Pub on Water Street in the downtown, the heart of the downtown, in the heart of the Republic of Avalon. And we got all kinds of great stuff lined up, as I mentioned earlier. All them musicians, singers and players of instrument, and all that kind of stuff. And of course, as I also mentioned, Toby McDonald is going to be graciously our gracious master of ceremonies. And
Yay.
a good time will be had by all.
Indeed. Come out.
Yep.
Just come down to the pub.
Yes, indeed.
You will be sure to have a good time.
And I will reiterate thanks to Molson's for giving us a little bit of support as well. And of course, thanks in advance to Ralph and Pam and all hands at Aaron's Pub. And I think we're going to have some new music coming soon, folks, because I've just been twiddling around with a song that I wrote a while back called Livin'. I there was a live version of it that I did, the Festival just a couple of episodes ago. I did a live version of that, just acoustic guitar and vocal, at the St. John's Folk Festival at the Francophone tent. And but I've been kind of torquing around with the whole song, the real song that has bass and drums and all kinds of tings and tings and all that. And I think I'm going to be getting some backing vocals on that track very, very soon. I had some backing vocals, the girls way back. My old girls. I can't call them ex-girls.
I wouldn't like that.
I can't call them ex-girls either. They haven't had any fancy surgery as far as I know. But yes, that would be Jamie and Joy. We never really recorded those vocal tracks. That's the only problem. We I think we did somewhere. I don't know. But in any case, I think I think we're gonna do the thing. I think I'm gonna get Terry Lynn and Renee in to do the backing vocals on that. And I've also been coming to all kinds of other little revelations as well in terms of Up That River. There's a full version of that in my head. I recorded a demo. I think I played it on here a long time ago. Everybody hears it, says, "Oh yeah, don't touch it. It's whatever." People say that all the time when you play bed tracks for people. Yeah. There's something kind of, about bed tracks, something kind of special about them, because people feel like they're getting kind of an insight.
I guess, yeah.
And
they like it, they hear it and
well,
think, wow, that's, so catchy or whatever.
Well, who doesn't like to hear, some Bruce Springsteen song?
Yeah.
Just hear the version of it where he's just like sitting in in his room with his guitar or something like that,
absolutely.
Or John Lennon sitting there singing Day in the Life, with no other instruments.
Still gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, but I mean, there is such thing as a kind of a whole, like a vision, in your head. I mean, I cannot turn off in Up That River. I cannot turn off the drums and the bass and the tambourine and the horns and the harmonies and everything that I hear in my head. I can't turn it off.
No.
And it's not. I'm not putting it there myself, as in just. I could just leave it as a guitar and vocal sitting at the kitchen table. I'm not expecting it to be a multi-million-dollar hit, so I don't have record companies or anybody pressuring me, and it's not. There are no forces pressuring me to do anything with it, and I'm not putting it in because I'm embarrassed by the acoustic version. Nothing like that. I'm not jamming stuff into it to try to.
No, and you're not trying to take shortcuts either, like just get it out there.
No, exactly. But I hear something I can hear the song in my head, and I want other people to hear it that way too. I mean, I'm not going to go and delete or erase the little sort of that day that I sat down in the kitchen and played it on the acoustic guitar. No. I'll put that out somewhere in some form, somehow or other.
You always have it.
Yeah.
You always have it. It's like your sketch, I guess.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Whoa.
What?
It's a police car.
Yeah?
Yeah. It must be after.
It must be after some donuts or something. Tim Hortons is that way, isn't it? Just kidding.
You got a hankering out for a donut.
Yeah, it just came over him like out of the blue. I gotta have me a donut. Now. Yeah, I tell you, these jokes that as musicians we have to put up with, drummer jokes and bass player jokes and all these things.
Bass players, I think, are the worst jokes, or accordion players too.
That's probably the most common, I guess, police joke is the donut thing.
Yeah.
Something to do with the guys off getting donuts or something. But anyway, yeah. In terms of Up That River, I have a sound in my head. The little thing I did at the kitchen table ain't going nowhere. Not throwing that away. So, and I was also listening back tonight to High Life. That song has been floating around and haunting me for a few years now.
That's quite the song. Wow.
It was bizarre how it kind of struck me tonight.
Me too. I
Really?
forgot that you did all that work to it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like all the little things you put in there. Like
See, that song,
the backing vocals are really cool.
that song is so full of 10,000 little tiny things. Like, there's not a thing in there that sort of doesn't have its own little place.
Yeah.
And something's bugging me about it. It's like, even though I got those 10,000 things in there, it's still somehow not sounding big enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking for. But anyway, I listened to it tonight, and it kind of wowed me, actually, to be honest. It was like,
Me too.
I felt like jumping up out of my chair and dancing around.
Yeah, I can just picture that one like at dance clubs.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Maybe in somebody's living room.
Maybe, yeah. But, I mean, it is one of those songs that you definitely want to dance to.
I think so. And, yeah, I was listening back as well to Weapons of Mass Distraction. I think that's kind of taken a whole shape that it didn't have before. That's been stuck in demo mode for a long, long time, but I think it's finally taking shape.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, just cleaning out my audio folders and stuff. Man, there were gigs and gigs. When you work on projects, you have all these files underneath the main files on top that you're dealing with. And once you don't need them anymore, you can get rid of them. Well, I hadn't gotten rid of any of them. So I literally had hundreds of gigs being taken up for nothing. So I spent all day and all evening and all night clearing out all that stuff. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's Psychedelic Bingy Experiment number 7 by Jim Fidler. And this is just another little piece of music I have kicking around that I don't know what the heck. What do you do with it? I don't know. Yeah, it's just the initial idea. There's all kinds of little things I want to do with this, but this is the root, you know, the bed. So,
mood music.
Oh, actually, I came up with some. There's a big thing I came up with, a big French bit for the beginning of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I could hear in this maybe some nice, like a tune on the low whistle.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what tune, like Jim Hodder's or I don't know what, Toss the Feathers or The Musical Priest or something. Maybe The Musical Priest, I don't know. Had to check it with the chord progression. But it's already got a little kind of a keyboard lick that kind of kicks in now shortly.
I love that.
I really like the thing too overall, but what is it, you know? That's why I call it Psychedelic Bingy Experiment number 7. It's just, it's funny, but that's what it is to me. It's kind of smooth, kind of nighttime music.
It is, yeah. It's very mood invoking or scene invoking kind of thing.
And it's got my little trademark signature tree frogs going on in the background there. Here it is, listen. Yeah, so it's just it's kind of a mood piece.
Yeah, it's very nighttime, like you say.
Mm-hmm.
Nighttime. What's the other one that reminds me of going through the streets of Cairo on the back of a motorcycle?
Oh, that's the what I call the Wild Wild West Bank. Yeah. That's a cruising. That's a cruiser too. Yeah. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff floating around. I still haven't gotten my FW 1884 set up in the studio. I haven't made the transition yet, but that will be coming soon. And once I do that, not to bore you folks, but some of you may find such things interesting. Let us know, will you? If you find talking about, you know, studio stuff and producing songs and stuff interesting, or do you find it technical and boring? I try to keep it in layman's terms, sort of thing, or Bayman's terms, as we like to say. So,
what was that joke last night about the
which one?
bay? What was that?
I don't know.
Whatever it was really funny.
Which
we were
joke? Who
outside.
told it?
You did. We were outside. Oh yes, I remember now. Everybody howled at your
What?
when Nan.
Oh yes. Yeah, I've told that one here before.
Oh.
Yeah, when the metric thing was first coming in, Nan told me one day, very seriously, she says, "Oh my, Jim, they're calling for 20 kilometers of snow." And I was like, "Oh, great. we better start shoveling in advance." Yes. So, yeah, let us know if you find that stuff boring, you know, that studio behind the scenes recording and all that stuff. I mean, it would be hard for me not to talk about it, to put it, you know, to be honest with you. So much a part of who I am and all that. There's no way I could kind of put a mum on it, really. But, yeah. Anyway, any comments are welcome. On the forum at republicofavalonradio.com.
Absolutely.
Indeedy.
Ooh, my hand is cold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, my hand is...
I think it's probably time to get gloves. Little ones, you know, not like winter gloves.
Little gloves, like little doll gloves.
Little, you know, kind of fall gloves.
Not doll gloves, fall gloves.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
I see, yes. Quite.
I don't like it.
Oh, you'll be
It's
okay.
cold.
You'll be okay. Yes. So, yeah, some music coming. I've got basically clearly in front of me right now, I have 2 records, 2 CDs that, under the bridge, that should be, well, I can release one of them, I'm sure, by spring.
Yeah.
So,
Which
well,
one
you know what, if I
first?
put the push on, I could probably get one out before Christmas.
You could, but that's not very much time, really.
No, but we'll see.
Which one?
Which
The,
one first?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know, just kind of 3 albums floating around, really. And I may go for the third.
Yeah?
Yeah, one is kind of a more traditional, sort of folky kind of ting. The other one is a kind of a more sort of reggae, bluesy, poppy sort of thing, whatever. The third one is kind of like a combination of the material from those 2 that will fit together. So instead of doing an album that really leans one way or an album that really leans another way, some of this material just goes really well together, you know? And would make for, I think, an interesting album. Because, you know, for example, with the Celtic stuff, with the Celtic folky stuff, there's a lot of people, there are a lot of people.
Something heavy is going down.
What the heck was that?
That's another police car. That's
Really?
the third one I saw speeding up that way.
Okay, yeah, something's going down.
Yeah. Anyway,
What was I saying?
but the album with the songs fitting together.
Yeah.
That should, you know, more Celtic.
Oh yeah, the some of the like the Celtic-y folky stuff. People don't get to hear. You know, I mean, someone, you know, goes out and buys a. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people who wouldn't ever go out and buy a quote-unquote folk or Celtic record or CD, you know, would never get to hear certain songs. But sometimes, you know, rock bands or... I'm just using the kind of rock/pop, you know, because that's really where I am in a big way, really. I am of the mind of, say, the Beatles, Moody Blues, Supertramp, that kind of thing. Not so much like the Stones and the Who and Zeppelin, but yeah, definitely the Beatles, the Moody Blues, Supertramp, you know, Fleetwood Mac. Used to dig the Steve Miller Band a lot. Some Springsteen, especially earlier to middle Springsteen. You know, and even Born in the USA. I was hating on that when it first came out.
I was too.
But I came to appreciate it afterward.
Yeah.
And even like later than that, Streets of Philadelphia. I love that song.
That's a beautiful song.
You know? But I mean, that's really, you know, I'm not quote unquote a reggae cat. I'm not quote unquote a folky. You know, I'm not quote unquote a Celtic person. I remember in the 70s, for example, when, you know, Paul McCartney and Wings or the Beatles, or not the Beatles in the 70s, but in the same spirit. You know, the Beatles could put out a song that sounds like a, you know, I'm just trying to think of an example of a Beatles song now where they kind of sound like, you know, kind of half sort of
Like,
skiffly and kind of half bluegrassy, skiffly country kind of thing.
sure.
And then some other song they're really heavy, you know, like
Yeah.
Helter Skelter. And then
Yeah.
some other song, it's a beautiful ballad.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
another song is just psychedelic and sound effects and all kinds of things.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really where my mind is. And for me, it's like I love all these things, you know. I love playing the low whistle, you know.
Yeah. I really like that folder of new material you have. When you play that from start to finish, it's almost like an album. Like the with Up That River. And,
there's a lot implying.
really?
Yeah. But it's not all the same. It's not every song the same. It's not, you know, reggae or Celtic or whatever. So I think it would be interesting maybe to make an album in that spirit, like a group in the 70s who they got on the record, they got a couple of ballads, they got a couple of rockers, they got a couple of sort of more psychedelic kind of things, and then some more intricate pieces, and it all kind of weaves together to make and they may have some, well, you know, there we go again, Paul McCartney. Look, what about Mull of Kintyre?
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yeah, so I think I may go in that direction, kind of cull the sort of two stacks, one stack over here that I have and the other stack over there. I may just kind of cull out the stuff on both sides and take the remaining stuff that fits together to make an album.
Yeah.
You know,
You got lots to choose from.
I've done that so many times. I could have, right now, I could have 10 albums out, 15, whatever. But I've always wanted to, you know, I've always wanted an album to be an album, not just a bunch of songs on a disc, you know?
Right.
They have to play together and they have to kind of create an ebb and a flow and kind of take the listener on a journey kind of thing. What music is that?
This is,
Oh, Blondie.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come out here.
You never have any idea, no? Yeah. So, anyway, I know there are some of you out there who just want me to do a Celtic-y, folky record, period, and probably just don't want me to do anything else but that for the rest of my life. And, you know, fair play. I'm sure there are a few out there as well who wish I just did all reggae all the time. Yeah. Some of you would probably be very happy if I started doing all these kind of like Downtown Girl and a whole bunch of Kamal Yees and all that, but that ain't gonna happen either. So,
It's multifaceted.
yes, very complex
Individual.
personality, yes. But no, it's great. It's like food, really, you know? It's, man, imagine if you just ate the same thing.
Oh yeah, imagine if you had to go out every night. Every time you went out to eat, you went to a Mexican restaurant every time.
You got the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't intend to do that, folks. The main thing I would say to anybody, think about it in that sense. You know, like when people, I remember when I was listening, say in the 70s, going back to the 70s again, I wasn't thinking of this band as being this and that being something else and whatever, as much as I was just thinking of it all as music.
Yeah.
So, like,
I know. I never was thinking of genres so much either.
it's a marketing thing.
Yeah, like I found during that time there wasn't so much of a division into genres. Like it was just music.
It was all just, I guess you could probably just call it rock music or pop music or something like that. You know, all them bands, you know, like I said, Fleetwood Mac and
But it wasn't really rock.
Supertramp
so,
and
you know, like would you call it
ELO.
rock? Like today, maybe definition of rock and roll. I don't know.
I don't even know what rock is now. What is it?
Either, actually, I really don't.
What is I think rock music maybe now is just totally taken over just by this, you know,
Like,
heavy metal stuff and whatever.
yeah.
Is there any real just rock music left? Maybe you guys can tell us about that. Or whatever rock music is. I mean, is you know, Lord Is It Mine by Supertramp. If you don't know that song, it's on Breakfast in America. Go and listen to it. Tell me, is that rock music? Is that a rock
I
song?
wouldn't say it is.
I don't think so.
But what is it?
It's just music,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah, it doesn't need a genre, does it? It's
No.
just good music.
I tend to think along your lines.
You know where we are now.
What's that?
I'm just saying, our listeners know where we are now, I think.
Yeah, we're just passing Shamrock City.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so I would say to people, be still. No, just kidding. No, don't be still. Go out and go to jimfidler.com and buy all my CDs.
Yes.
Like our friend Dave in Calgary just did recently.
Yes. And you can listen to them online on
You can
Jim's
listen to
website.
samples there, yeah.
Yeah. You can hear little bits of each album.
The thing I would say though is understand where these are coming from. My music, it's not. Now listen to this. This is something I produced. What kind of music is
It's
that?
beautiful.
What is it though?
Yeah, what is it indeed?
It's got various
not
flavors and influences and stuff.
It's not Celtic as such though, or
No.
it's not.
It's a folk song,
Yeah, but it's not.
but I'm not doing it in a
entirely
kind of
folk
a.
either.
I don't. And what is folk music? I mean, you listen to like Mary Hopkin, and then you listen to Robert. What was I thinking of? Richard Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to those two. Their music doesn't sound the same at all.
No.
Any more than neither one of them sounds like, you know, I don't know who else. Anyway, my point is, it's fine to put a bunch of people together in a section of a music store, a record store, all call them all folk. But man, you take those CDs out, play them one by one, and I can tell you, there's a lot of things that don't sound like a lot of other things in that same section.
Oh, I bet.
What makes it folk? I don't know. Is because it's people music, I guess. So I think to me, folk music is, you know, a lot of reggae is folk music.
Yeah.
A lot of what's called folk music is folk music. Not all of it, though.
Sometimes I think people look at the instruments that are being played on an album and consider it to be
I think so.
a certain thing, like you know, if you're playing different.
Acoustic guitars and
Yeah, exactly, and
bazookas and things like that.
And then if you're playing accordion, sometimes that's folkish.
Yeah, ethnic. I guess folk. There's one side of folk that's kind of like an oratory, sort of a kind of a spoken, sort of you know, talking about history and looking around, talking about what's happening in the world, some kind of protest and anti-war and all these kinds of things.
Right.
And there's a whole other side of folk that's kind of ethnic,
Yes. Yeah.
you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So this one here has all angles covered, really. It has some ethnic influences, it has some folk influences. And by the way, the guy who wrote this song actually heard this version and gave it a thumbs up. He loved it.
Oh, wow.
Totally different than he had ever conceived of it or ever played it or ever heard anybody else do it. The song is called Sally Free and Easy, and it's on a record I produced called Atlantic Union. So I think they have a website, atlanticunion.net, I think it is, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not really sure though.
Okay.
We could put a link though.
All right. Okay. So
Yeah, we had a really nice experience recording that album.
yeah,
Those people.
that was great.
Yeah.
We'll have to get them on at some point in the future. Get
Yeah.
Sally and Andrew on.
That is a deadly album.
I like it. There's a lot about it that I really like. Yeah.
Yeah. We listened to that not that long ago from start to finish, and it's been a long time since we heard it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the point that I was going to make before I forget it is you all should you know, when you listen to my music, don't think in terms of this record, that record, that I'm going this way or I'm going that way, that he's gone reggae now, oh no, or oh no, he's gone Celtic, or nothing like that, because all that music and the in-between stuff, whatever you might call the middle of the road kind of stuff, or the contemporary, or God knows what, the instrumental stuff, the composer side, I mean, I haven't showed a whole lot of that. I haven't shown a whole lot of that side of things, bits and pieces here and there. But think of it just as music. I'm not going anywhere from record to record, from album to album. I'm not going away from anything towards something else. It's just that I have all this stuff that I've written over the years and stuff that I'm writing now, and as enough of it fits together, I'll put out an album. You know, I'm not just whimsically jumping from one thing to another. So realize that it is the same person, the same heart, the same soul, the same mind, the same person who loves people and the world and the Creator and all the stuff, whether it's whether it's Revolution Time or Rhythm of the Goat or whatever it is. It's all sincere. It's all me. And to me, it's all just music. So the same way as you would in the 70s, not really think twice about hearing Paul McCartney singing Sally G or the Mulligan Tire or hearing CCR singing Born on the Bayou or something like that. They were supposed to be a rock band, and there was this whole other element going on there. Listen to my music in the same way. You know? What?
I forgot the music was there. Like, I don't know, I just zoned out, and then I heard, where the heck is that coming from? A big contrast was that. It wasn't really, but it was just me.
Well, thankfully, folks, it's just gotten a lot quieter.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So anyway, my rambling on about the music and all that kind of stuff. We're kind of starting to get in on our target here.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. So I will remind you all, if you've gotten this episode in time, it is tomorrow night as I speak, which I'm talking about Thursday night, September 30th, Aaron's Pub, 8:30. Come early to get your places. All the great music. Might as well mention it again. We've got we'll just go past here. We have Gordon Quinton. We have who else? Jackie Sullivan. We have Arthur O'Brien. We have Freddie Jorgensen. We have Terry Lynn Eddy. We have Renee Batten. We have John Barella. We have Hugh Scott.
Jim Fidler.
Dave Panting. and myself.
The one and the only.
The one and the homely. Yes.
So, yes, come down, because you're not likely to hear all these same people in the same room.
No, that's right.
And
it's free. That's the other thing. It's free.
Exactly.
And we're going to be just throwing out T-shirts, Molson T-shirts and caps, and giving away Jim Fidler CDs and all kinds of things. So it's not only is it free, but you're quite likely to go out the door with more than you came.
Yes.
So
exactly, for sure. Well, you'll go away richer than when you came.
Yes, and hopefully spiritually and culturally and socially richer, you know?
Yes.
It should be a good night.
We're excited about it, and just having people to share Oh, sorry.
Yes. We're not going to hear your little voice over that.
Yeah, having you guys share in the experience, our experience. Means a lot to us.
It really does, and we can't list everybody off, but you know who you are. You've been back to our house. You've we've spent time with you at the pub and so on, and we've known you for however long. This is very much kind of a milestone for both of us, and it's not just a kind of a personal thing like a wedding anniversary or something. It's something that has included and affected an awful lot of people over the past 5+ years. So
exactly.
It's really something that, we're not going to go to a little restaurant somewhere and have a little candlelight dinner and pat ourselves on the back.
No, because it's not about just us.
It's not.
No.
That's really, really
it really
the point.
isn't at all.
Yeah.
And we've covered a lot of ground, and we met a lot of people, a lot of great people. Shared in a lot of different experiences with people and good music.
Yeah.
And so it has girth and meaning.
It does. Absolutely. So we hope to see you Thursday night, September 30th, Aaron's Pub.
Be there.
Or be square.
We're counting on you.
And in the meantime, from Lillian and myself, take care of each other, and we'll catch you next time. Right here on Republic of Avalon Radio.
Bye for now.
A Root Cellar production.